Hey everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog, and welcome to my TV episode review series. Today's TV episode review is going to be on the third episode of Arrow, Corto Maltese. Now, before I get into the my thoughts about this episode, I like to say this is actually the first episode we had that didn't have a flashback, or at least have a flashback pertaining to Oliver. So I'm happy about that. I mean, I do like the flashback sequences, but I'm actually glad that we actually have a flashback that pertains to somebody else other than Oliver, and it's actually during the present time. So I think this is a really great moment for the show is they don't have a flashback that pertains to Oliver, actually have a flashback that pertains to somebody else for once. And who is that person, you ask? Well, I'll talk more about that later. So, what is this episode about? Well, in this episode, Oliver discovers that Thea has run away, has gone out of the country to get away from Starlight City, and he decides to go after Thea and Corto Maltese. And when Diggle and Roy try to convince Thea to come back, Thea's like, "No, I don't want to come back because you guys kept secrets from me, and I can't deal with that." And at the same time, she's learning how to be a swordsman from Malcolm Merle. So that's probably one of the most surprising things about this episode is that she's learning how to be a great swordsman from her father, Malcolm. And also in this episode, Oliver and the gang discover some kind of drug dealing going on throughout this episode in Corto Maltese, and they try to go and investigate all of that. But that's pretty much what happens in this episode is that Oliver tries to go back and to Corto Maltese to find Thea and bring her back to Starlight City. And we see that Thea is actually learning how to be a swordsman. And also in this episode, Laurel's trying to take the law into her own hands, and you actually see some character development for her in this episode. She tries to learn how to fight for herself. So, my thoughts in this episode. Well, let's talk about the positive things about this episode. I like the character development that's going on with this episode. Like, I love the character development going on with Thea. We actually see her becoming a swordsman, and I like the fact that, Thea's actually trying to defend herself now, and I really like that character development for a character. So it'd be interesting to see where they're going to take Thea's character next now that she's um training to be a swordsman. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen with that. And I also love the character development with Laurel. Like, I always felt like Laurel was kind of whiny throughout most of the seasons, but most of the series. But now in this episode, we're seeing her actually trying to fight back, and I like seeing that development for her character. So hopefully, we see more of Laurel in later episodes and see how she managed to defend herself. And it looks like she's going to have a new trainer to teach her how to fight. So that's really great to see. And we'll see if she's going to become the next Black Canary or not. Or like, is she going to be as good as Sarah was as the Black Canary? So that'd be interesting to see what they're going to do with Laura possibly progressing into Black Canary. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. But I love all the character development that's going on with these characters, especially Thea and Laurel, and you can see them actually trying to defend themselves now. And it's just a really good establishment for the future episodes. I can't wait to see where they're gonna go with that. Some negatives about this episode? Well, I don't really have any negatives about this episode. I actually enjoyed this episode. It has a really good development for all the characters. I guess the only thing I didn't like about this episode was that we didn't see enough of Roy. I mean, I'm glad that Roy actually was one of the people who came to Corto Maltese to try to get Thea back. But I would have liked to see more moments with Roy and see him become a more prominent character in the season. So I hope that's what we're going to see. I like the fact that Roy is a part of Team Arrow now, but I would like to see more episodes focus on him too, and actually get inside his head this season. So hopefully they'll do more episodes featuring Roy, and I like to see more development done with his character. And I like to see what his relationship with Thea is going to be like after this episode. So that'd be interesting to see what's going to happen there. Overall, I give this episode a thumbs up. I think it's a great episode. It really developed all the characters very well, and I can't wait to see where they're gonna take Laurel and Thea next in the future episodes, and whether or not they're all gonna become a part of Team Arrow by the end of the series. Well, that's my episode review on Arrow, and be sure to follow me on Twitter so I can keep you updated any new videos I post up. And also, I will be posting new videos every Saturdays dealing with TV episode reviews, so please tune in every Saturday for a new TV episode review. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you later.